Welcome back, lazy gamers. Welcome back to ARA History Untold. So, when the game first launched, my first ever game, which was actually a random roll, was as Xerxes the First. And I want to give Xerxes the First another try here, the first Persian Empire. So, let's quickly talk about his main abilities. When the game first launched, Xerxes had a very different set of abilities, and this is going to pretty much be a very different game from that. Xerxes, prior to this current patch, could get a massive military advantage, but I think things are more balanced here. So his main ability is the King of Kings, +3 production non-capital cities. So all our expands get the +3 production, which is pretty much like a basket without the additional happiness, I think. You get 1 golden age point for each city you control, so we definitely want to be as wide as possible to make sure that we can get golden ages faster. Along with Alexander's hoplites, I think Xerxes' immortals are probably one of the strongest early game unique units. And the immortals unlock at bronze working, so we'll have the ability to build them very early in the game. So depending on how the game goes, right? If the early game is challenged, is stressed with like war, I think we might do better overall than any other civ. But in Act 2 and Act 3, this is pretty much going to be moot, where we'll have to pretty much contend against rivals who will likely have stronger militaries than us. But that's the thing. In Act 1, if you develop an edge, whether in science or military or just overall economy, I think this can be a great game. Attributes are aggressive, cunning, ambitious, and rash. Aggressive, it gives you 50% force strength for 5 turns after declaring a war, which is very interesting actually. So basically, if we do end up declaring a war of expansion, we want to have our units in place to actually get into combat as soon as possible, because only for 5 turns, and actually for 5 turns, you will have the +50 force strength, which means if you can swarm and take out a gas city or two, within 5 turns of declaring maybe like a war of expansion, you can steamroll early and then pretty much take a defensive posture and then hold the line and win the war. Cunning, +10 Paragon spawn chance each turn of forces in combat, so we do want to get into frequent war. Frequent war means we earn more Paragons, which will definitely change the way how I think about engaging. I need to develop a mindset, at least for Xerxes, to actually be more willing and more amenable to get into a combat situation. Generally speaking, in the early game, I like to sim. I like to kind of take it easy and build up a force. But I think I need to strike a balance with this ability here for Xerxes. Ambitious is going to be interesting because overall, he does get a force cap debuff. The number of land units that can be supported is actually lower here than the other civs. But alternately, you get an extra city cap. So yes, you are wider, but you might end up being spread too thin if you are approaching your force cap with your military forces. I think Xerxes will do very well if Xerxes is not smack in the middle of like a bunch of different civilizations. If the spawn is like separated from the other civs, I think we'll probably have a better game of it. Of course, with room to expand, because that 1 extra city cap means that we probably need slightly more land to work with. Rash, -2 turn duration, 2 golden ages. So golden ages are not as long as, or actually they are shorter than the average, but you get a +4 production during golden ages, which is actually pretty sick. So anything that extends our golden ages or helps us gain golden ages faster is going to be good. The King of Kings ability does give you 1 golden age point for each city you control. So if you end up controlling like 8 cities, you will have 8 golden age points plus with other golden age points in the game. I think you will unlock golden ages quite quickly and fast, but they won't last too long. So we got to figure out that balance. As far as difficulty, this is going to be a Grand Duke game. The map type, I've been playing Fractal Coasts, but I think I want to just go back to basics here. In fact, I'm going to reset my settings here and change that to Grand Duke. Basically, I'm going to go back to basics here. 6 civs, Terra style map, just keeps things basic. I've been experimenting and changing things around a lot, and whatever the default is, let's try to master that first before we experiment with the other stuff. But between Terra and Fractal maps, I do really enjoy the Fractal maps. But I think with this situation, knowing that my previous Grand Duke games have gone to hell in a handbasket pretty fast, I think I'm going to stick to a maps type or a map type that I can predict a little better.
sovereign of empires.
Interesting. I have not had a coastal start in a while. The moment I have one, it says Persia. Grapes. And yeah, that's the only thing we have. I think that's fine. Let's collect this equipment cache. Now, I think I definitely want to go scout first. This is a 6 Civ game. It's not 7 that I've been playing as before. So I'm expecting a reasonable amount of land around me. So actually one scout and possibly maybe even another scout afterwards is not out of the question. Let's leave it like that, but we will max out with wealth. And I will try not to use my food for wealth. So in the early game, at least in like the first 10-15 turns, I want to start off with my settler as soon as possible. And the settler needs 125 food and 25 gold. Let's see, I want to make sure that right around the time the scout finishes, I will have a settler in place. After I get the first feast, I might ease off here. Okay. And as far as tax is concerned, I'm pretty sure we need animal husbandry first. Oh, we got a feast. We got a feast and we crafted the feast. That's fine. So let's switch this. Empty. Okay. Let's leave it like that. It's 1 in 4 turns. We already have one feast in the bank. Normally, if I don't have a second amenity, I do like to plug in keep at least one jewelry handy. But we already found like a perfume here, which will, in a pinch, we could actually use these. So we'll be fine. I don't need to slot in or spend more gold to get the jewelry. Um, and as far as 10 feasts are fine. In fact, I would say make it 20. If we meet someone, maybe we can ply them with the feast and try to move up the relationship rank with them. So let's quickly decide on which direction we are going to grow into. I think I would like to grow into the mine. That would not be bad. It is a good 4 food 2 material region. But it is 3 zones. That's a 4 zone region with 1 gold. We will be growing before we unlock animal husbandry. So if that happens, I'll probably end up growing to this tile here, just so that I can put the farm down on the vine. The shellfish can give me salt and or precious stones, which would be good actually. All right. Okay. Okay, a bunch of things here. I think let's go to this tile here and let's try and deal with this tiger sooner rather than later. Alright, growth event. I will have 125 food next turn. So I think I can buy this scout. Yeah. It'll cost me 15 gold here. It will leave me with 44 gold, which is more than enough to slot the settler next turn. Is there any other slot that is better than this? Our capital is a 4 food region, so we will grow. These are, yeah. I don't have a 5 zone region next to me. I think this is fine. Alternately, I can go here and put a workshop down. Now, considering that I have a coastal start, I do need to think about where I'm going to put my dock. My docks are a military building, so let's say if they go here or here on the coast, one of these spots, whichever region. Along with, since the dock is a military building, it'll probably pair well with maybe a watchtower or a fortress, probably barracks, which makes a blacksmith really, really good in this slot. So either of these. So I mean, maybe going to one of these is not bad. This is better because it is 2 materials. The wine is good, but it's not as important, I think, right now. I think I'm gonna go in and pick this one. Let's see. Okay, let's hit this tiger once. And we will heal it completely before we take the 2 hits on it. Right. Settler now. And this guy. So I have no idea which side or where I am relative to the equator and the poles. But considering that I see woods in the north of me and like flatland to the south of me, I think I am probably in the northern hemisphere. So actually maybe you should try and kill this tiger too. That's fine. Or alternately, no, I need to explore. I need to find a second city spot and I need to find it. Yeah, let's go south. Okay. A lot of wine around us. And yeah, somewhere around here would be not be a bad spot. I think I should scout the coastline and see if there are any sea resources I can pick up. Wheel. Oh, wheel is excellent. Yeah, perfect. The wheel gives you 150% craft production, which means yeah, we don't have an urgency for it, but we will make the feasts faster. Okay, you're healed up. Take care of the tiger. I think I can deal with this wolf later. Right now I need to scout. Okay. Nothing. Right, go back to the city and heal. You will heal faster. Let's take a look on this tile. Alright, animal husbandry is done and we do have a horse. Well, we do have access to a horse in 2 more growth cycles. Which is fine actually, I don't mind growing along the coast here. I do want to get there. Or alternately, I can settle a city for it. Which I would want it to be minimum of 3 hops away. So if I settle a city on either one of these tiles, or maybe not that, maybe, yeah, that one wouldn't be bad too. I can grow to the horse as the first hop, which would be fine. If I don't settle either of these spots, is there another spot, assuming my capital is going to be the one that grows to the horse, is there a better spot for a city settle? Now, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are all 5 zone regions. That's 4. There are some decent 4 food regions down here. So if I do, let's say, settle one of these tiles, either here or here, I can put another city somewhere around here, which would give me a triangle of sorts. And yeah, maybe that's what I should do it. Maybe I should settle a city on the coast here. Yeah, worth thinking about. Right after this settler, I think as soon as I have the ability to, I will prioritize a second settler. you should... Yeah, let's take a look on this tile. Now, as far as text is concerned, ordinarily I would go for pottery and try to get a stone pit and a ceramic industry going, but I don't think that's the play here. Let me think about this. So I don't have any access to grain immediately, so grain storage is not as important. Fermenting could be, because, or definitely is, because we do have grapes around us, but I don't know if I will be growing to this one. I'm more likely to grow to some other tiles before I grow to the grapes. So it's important, but less so. Archery is definitely important, but I would like to get herbalism. I think I'll get archery first, and then maybe take a call on whether it's going to be herbalism, pottery, or fermenting. So one thing I've realized is, if you look at the tech tree, and with herbalism, you can build the apothecary, and the apothecary gives you city health and city knowledge. And in the Bronze Age, sacred rites allows you to build an altar, and the altar gives you city knowledge and culture. In fact, the only two buildings, pretty much until you unlock like schools and libraries, the only two buildings that give you early science and early knowledge are the altar and or the apothecary. So I think I want to build at least one of them, if not both. So in my previous games, I mean, I've been like flipping the coin between herbalism and stuff, but I think I need to prioritize herbalism. If I'm not going for a religion early, I definitely should prioritize herbalism. At the very least, it helps to know where my tea is going to be. But first, let's get archery, and then I think I'm very likely to go into herbalism. All right. Oh, we have a paragon. Profit, entrepreneur, strategist. I was hoping I would at least get one of an engineer, a writer, or a scientist. Nothing helps me immediately. I think no, the domestic advisor, entrepreneur helps me right now. And possibly later I can slot him into I will probably end up slotting a different domestic advisor. So maybe Coleus will end up bouncing around a bit, but for now, the 25% prosperity in the capital is actually probably the best option. And our settler is up. We can't build the second settler for a while. We do have the new region here. I think I'm going to put down a workshop. Oh, there is a tribe right there. Okay, let's see what the tribe event says. Yasuj. I think, yeah, we can just share the information, get the one relationship. They are at the median point here. Right. And this settler needs to... Now the question is, do I want to... Is my original thinking fine? It's a heavy material area. It's definitely going to be a workshop and some industry in this block. And... Okay. So again, I'm thinking out loud here, but this is a 5-zone region, this is a 5-zone region, and this is a 5-zone region, right? But of these, only 2 of them are 4-food 5-zone regions, and 2 of these have the wine and the sheep. This is the only one which is a 4-food region where nothing else is placed here. So if I put the city in this block, I can put a dwelling, and I potentially can put 3 other things that benefit from being in the city center right there. It is 3 hops or possibly 3 hops away from this spot here, so I can put a city down on this spot later if I do choose to. But for now, I think I'm going to go ahead and settle here. I think that tile, or the game's telling me to settle there. No, I think I'm going to go 1 tile south and settle there. Plus that gives me the option to grow out to the sheep, and yeah, there is grain down here, or options for grain with the rice and barley. But I think my first region that I grow to is going to be this one here, because I would love to put a workshop and some industry on this. Typically, when you put a industry or any sort of crafting stuff in a 4 material region, your material output does go up. So like a stone pit just by itself will give you, which is not on a resource that is like harvesting limestone or something else. If it is just in a 4 zone region, your material, it will just give you straight materials. And if the base count of the materials is high, then that stone pit will yield you a lot of things. So like a workshop, a stone pit, and maybe some other industry here will be fantastic. Yeah, let's go ahead and clear these guys. And you are all healed. I think first clear this one. Event. Okay, build a palace. The palace is going to be, yeah, we'll definitely will be prioritizing it. Another event. Oh, we got a, yeah, the event for the lithic tools and baskets. I think I'll forego security here. It's only for 10 turns and I'm not making any military right now. And your job is to scout north. Okay. You can clear that. Clearing these animals definitely gives you like small amounts of food, which will help us get to 125 food faster, which I will need for the second settler, or the next settler. Lorestan. Well, whenever I read names of my new cities or like tribes, I try to kind of get a clue of, or try to look for hints of who else or who my neighbors might be. I think you should heal up before you deal with the others. City idle. You should use a feast. My great hearth is making 20 feasts. My gathering hall should also make 20 feasts, or up to 20 feasts. At the same time, I don't want you to use any food or anything else. That's one every 5 turns. I think, yeah, we'll be breaking even here, which is perfectly fine. And this city, when I grow here, I'll put down a workshop and a ceramic shop and a stone pit and a ceramic shop eventually. But for now, you are going to be making a military exclusively. So let's start with the spearmen. In fact, I might put down a watchtower here and pick happiness, please. Okay. Let's grab that. That's silk and tunics. Okay. I think come down. Well, let's go around this way and see what else, if we can find someone. Right. You're gonna grow. I think I'm gonna pick that tile and grow the horse. Instead of that, should I go to the shellfish first? I think the shellfish can wait. I can't put down fishing nets yet. So one thing that has changed is the tannery used to be its own tech in the next era. It's now unlocked at weaving. So weaving along with weavers gives you the ability to put down tanneries. And I'm trying to think which industry is going to be the easiest to get into. I still think fermenting would be one of the easiest ones to set up. Possibly some farming blocks here. Yeah, I think this is a very agricultural centric land. Although there is a meteorite up here that we could actually aim for. I do have the ability to put down 2 more cities, but in fact, yeah, I'm going to queue my next settler up immediately. Okay. And we are last. No surprises there. Crafter idle. This is what I want. I want a supply of 12 lithic tools and 12 baskets, maxed out with all the woods and materials I have. After which you can stay idle. Or I might need to switch this into ropes, but I'll probably end up with more workshops this game than most other games that I've played so far. But I think that is fine. See, this is what I mean by a predictable map. I know I'm on the coast. I know there is a mountain range running somewhere here. It's unlikely that I'm going to run into a Civ up here, and knowing that there is tundra up here, everything here, like all the equipment and resource caches that I see in the north are mine. And I just have to walk through and cache them all or collect them all. The likely spot that I'm going to meet someone is going to be through this area here, which is why I wanted to settle down into this area as soon as possible. But I think my second settle needs to go somewhere closer to here, so I should try and explore that before the next settler comes out. So you should, after you clear this guy, I want you to explore the area east of the capital, because that's where we'll be settling. Okay. So you are making a military. In fact, if I turn this city into a pure military city, I can't build a stone pit just yet. I need bronze working for it, because I'm most likely going to leave pottery behind. But I will need to get masonry too next era. It might be a while. So for now, I think I want to focus on growth. Although this is a 5-zone region with a wine. Yeah, I think that is better. Okay. Archery is done. So what do I want? I think I want fermenting in this situation. And if I grow out to these grains, I definitely want grain storage too. Let's pick fermenting. I think we're going to lean into the wine industry. So the grapevines give you grapes, and the grapes are used to produce wine. Now, wine on its own gives you 15 city happiness. It does dock you on knowledge, but it gives you city prosperity. It's not my favored amenity because it docks me on knowledge, and I'm playing on a higher difficulty here. When it's Grand Duke, but Grand Duke pretty much is playing like. It seems like, to me, it appears that since the new patch, all difficulties are playing as one level above it. So things won't be easy. But the wine on its own, I can use it to construct trade goods, which could become a very strong amenity. Because the trade goods give me 20 city prosperity, 10 security, 5 happiness, and 10 knowledge. So it pretty much offsets any. It would be a great amenity to have in play. We will lean into fermenting industry, and then from then on, we will focus on getting trade goods. And you can go and clear this guy, and then we will circle around the north. Right. I think an archer. Yeah, let's get an archer. In fact, let's do it this way. Let's get 2 archers, and we'll probably need a dwelling in here soon enough. In fact, I'll probably need a dwelling in my capital soon enough. Okay, we'll get it. Cash collected. 15 food, 2 syrup, 1 food oil. All right. Oh, okay. Okay, let's scout the coast here. I was hoping that this land kind of goes up a little bit more. That's fine. Okay. Is all this land mine? Alright. Can I slot in another settler right behind this? I can, in which case I'm going to buy this. Okay. Yasuj, 15 wealth. Oh, I get books. I think I want to take the books. That's fine. Yeah, the books typically get slotted in the Great Hearth, and it gives me 3 knowledge. It's not. It's feels like it's not much, but it will add up. Yeah, right now this 75 is because of my domestic advisor, and actually that's pretty good. So amenities that give me prosperity are not as urgent as other amenities, but I'm most likely be plugging in baskets here next. How many lithic tools do I have? 8. Okay, that's fine. Right. Now you need to... I wanted to settle you somewhere. One of these tiles here. Let's go to this tile. And then we will probably... Yeah, let's get to this tile. And we will see where we want to settle. Metal ingot. Alright. Take a peek up here, and then we will deal with the polar bear. Okay. So I want to give Parsa enough room to expand naturally. So 1, 2, 3. Definitely not. I mean, that's the line. I don't want to settle anything west of this line. So that's a 5-zone region. I don't mind settling there. That's a 4-zone region. Don't see any immediate resource that I can grow out into. It does give me... I mean, I like this region more because it's a nice 4 lumber region. And it's 5 zones. I'm tempted. I think I will settle here. Oh, and the game's telling me to settle right there too. That's perfect. Okay. Oh, nice. We have obsidian and we have a goat. Alright. Okay, let's go to this tile first. And deal with the polar bear. So our reserves are... I will be able to get a wedge soon enough. And the city is settled. I think you can do the same. Take it to 20. Yeah, we don't have any grain. We have some syrup, but I think I'll still spend the gold. That's fine. And don't use the food. And you should use this feast. So my feast consumption is 0.6 and my production is 0.7, so it's fine. As long as I'm slightly positive, that is great. Okay. Zahedan. Alright. So what does this city do? I think this city, among other things, I think I'm going to put a lumber mill here, or a logging camp rather. Just gets me in a better place as far as lumber is concerned. Okay. You can grab Got that. Fermenting is done. I think I want pottery. So the thing with apothecary is if I leave apothecary behind, I have no I mean, it's gone. It's I will never get it back. And I think that's okay. I don't know. It's just these choices are so tough. But I definitely want pottery for sure because at the next growth event, I do want to put down a stone pit in this block. Which means I will probably leave grain storage behind because I don't think I'll be growing out these tiles here for the grain anytime soon. And yeah, I think herbalism and grain storage get left behind. Let's go for pottery. Still we stand strong. Colossus of Rhodes. So Colossus of Rhodes is available at sales, which does happen in the next era. The challenge with Colossus of Rhodes is I need ceramic pots and I need metal ingots. And for metal ingots, unless I'm like mining a meteorite, I have to wait until I get my blacksmiths up. So one thing that I want to consciously do is to follow the act goal path. Typically, when you get act goals, you generally get steered towards a certain play. And if you lean into it, you can definitely generate more prestige than you ordinarily would. And I think, I think I need to do that more. Instead of just going off on my own and doing whatever seems like the easier path, I think I need to try and force the path that the act goals lay out for me. Okay, you need to heal, otherwise you will die. Okay. There are a bunch of animals in the area, but I think I just collect all these caches. And we met Zuzestan. Okay. They have given an event. This is not bad, not as good as the books event, but I rarely ever end up picking it because by the time the soap is going to be effective, the soap becomes a supply into my dwellings. I think I'm going to take the +5 health in all cities for 20 turns. And the relationship buff, obviously. That's fine. Okay. This new city has a claim. I think I want to grow out to the meteorite. Yeah, the next growth cycle is gonna be a ways off. Yeah, it's fine. And we have a claim, and we are definitely going for the horse. Now, second amenity, I think baskets is fine. 3 city production and prosperity, although something else would have been okay. That's good. And I think I'm gonna buy the settler too. At bronze working, my city cap goes up. When I build my palace, city cap will go up. And as long as we have land, and this is the problem here, not a problem per se, but it's just the thing that I've dealt with. I think we will have a lot of cities and a lot of land under our control before we even meet someone. Which, as Borgia, I think is fine, but I mean, I would have loved to have met at least one neighbor by now. Just to kind of know, just to set the stage for future conflict. But sometimes the land you get with 6 civs and standard maps is, you do tend to get an isolated start sometimes. And this feels like it is going to be one of those. Okay, let's get that. And the city is idle, but you will build a farm there. Right. Now, since I have the horse, I don't have a need to settle city right there. I can actually settle the 4th city. So the north is mine, I think. I think I want to settle something maybe one of these two tiles. That's a 4-zone region, that's a 5-zone region, but one of them is taken up with corn. Is there a 5-zone region that's completely empty here? Don't think so. I think it's fine. I think let's settle that spot. The game's telling me to go north, and I will, but not just yet. This is fine. And we got one more metal ingot, which is good. Go and grab that. Yeah, and you can clear out the polar bear. Right, now this spot here, I can't build a stone pit just yet. So let's start with the workshop. This is going to be workshop number 2 for our empire. And I can deploy the wedge. My security is not great. I think let's deploy it right there. It's fine. Okay, we have an act goal for the Library of Celsius. Library of Celsius seems to be... Yeah, it takes a while because you need to set up your libraries and schools to get the books. But it's definitely doable. Alright, pottery is done. Yeah, I will leave herbalism and grain storage behind. We will jump to bronze working. You should come down here and clear these guys out. Let's take this wedge and maybe take a peek on this tile. And the city has finished its logging camp. I think I need to focus on more military. But I do need more material. My material count needs to be higher. So I think before I start that, I think I'm going to put down a stone pit here. And since I have the ability to make stone pits now, I think I'm going to try and see if I can buy this out. We will place the stone pit down and let's buy this workshop. Okay. Alright. New city. Shush. Yeah. Okay. We are just about breaking even on the feasts here. I think maybe you can, yeah, set stuff to jewels. Although I don't have anything to accelerate you. I think let's leave it like that for now. We will revisit it soon enough. And shush. I think let's get an archer or two here. In 10 turns I will have the ability to build immortals, which I think I will build. So let's get one archer and then maybe we'll queue up a few immortals. Right, this new workshop is ready. Let's divide the responsibilities across our workshops right now. So this guy here is making lithic tools up to 12. And I can push this up to 15. And I'll cancel the baskets out from here. And this workshop here is going to make baskets. And let's push this all the way up to 15. Just so I have both things going in parallel. That's the only reason why I'm doing it this way. And then whichever one is idle is going to start making ropes when I have weaving. Okay, you'll be fine. And this guy, I think, since you're already in this zone, in this region, just clear away. I always find it easier to, if you're in the zone and if you have an opportunity to clear out a predator, do it, take it then, because if you move away from it, it'll take you another turn to come back to it. Just easier this way. Right, now the capital has built this farm. I'm tempted to put a butcher shop and a stable in place here, but it's not as urgent. At least not yet. Maybe a stable would be when I have the wheel. I could put the butcher shop, it'll actually increase the production of my horse, and a stable will do the same thing actually. Having a lot of horses is not a bad thing. In fact, having an oversupply of horses is never going to be a bad thing. But I think I need to lean into some other industry type also. If I put on a fermenting pit, I don't have the source, my wine improved yet. In 9 turns, okay, let's work on a settler. In 9 turns, my city cap goes up. And Yasuj needs 1 sculpting materials for 5 knowledge. Yeah, absolutely. Alright. Okay, that's good. I'm pretty sure we're going to meet someone down here. I'm less optimistic of meeting someone like up here in the tundra, but potentially I will end up meeting someone in this cloud here. Alright. Let's clear this guy. And you can scout north. Okay, so we have source of limestone down here. If there is no immediate neighbor down here, I think I'm going to plonk a city somewhere in this vicinity. There's definitely a change in biome in this area here. Okay. I think I'm gonna heal you up. And then we'll clear out some of these other guys. In fact, come down here and clear this guy first. Wolves are easy to clear. And you generally don't take too much of a... I mean, he has enough strength to possibly clear out all 3 wolves before he needs to heal. Okay, so this is a good spot. I think I will try and settle somewhere close to this area here. That is a 3 zone, no, it's a 4 zone region on the coast. That's also a 4 zone region. I think one of these 2 would be decent. Gives me a chance to grow to the gold and the limestone. Alright. Let's take a peek on this tile. Claim 5 zone region with the corn is, yeah, I think this is it. This is good. And we have enough culture now, either to buy a claim or to get culture. Okay, 10 culture to all cities during golden ages. And I'm very close to get actually a golden age right now. Religion spread, not as impactful right now. 10 knowledge in your capital. In yeah, the typo right there, that's fine. 10 knowledge in the capital. 10 knowledge in the capital actually will be useful. But 10 culture during golden ages, in all cities especially, is I think stronger overall. I'll be able to get to 1 more trade addition very quickly, I think. I think I'm going to pick this because I am maybe 4 turns away from a golden age. Wait, why does King of Kings give me +1? Wait, something's not right here. Happiness gives me +1. Prosperity gives me +1. King of Kings gives me +1. What have I misread, King of Kings? It's +1 golden age points for each city you control. And I control 4 cities right now, so it should have been +4. I think it is +4. I think this is misleading. King of Kings says +1, but the total of those 3 should have been +3, but it says +6, so it's doing the calculation correctly. But the King of Kings value is showing as +1 and it should be +4. But it's fine, we'll pick it because we are very close to a golden age. Okay, let's grab this. I don't want to wander too far south with you, even though I would love to meet someone. But I think there's more value in scouting this way. I will be putting a city down on the coast here. In fact, the next settler who's coming out is going to go there. Alright, so stone pit is up. Ceramic shop now. And this stone pit is generating 2 materials. 2.4. Alright. Okay, let's go up here. I will scout along the coast here. Okay. So looks like the land kind of opens up to the south, which means we might be on a reasonably large peninsula if there is nobody else on the side. I have a feeling that this land is going to get closed off, but or maybe not. It does extend down this way. Maybe this is like an inland sea here. Yeah, possible.
You have entered a golden age.
New garage. And wait, what? We were the first to discover New Karaj. Okay, so we are... Okay, that is a lot of land. I think the amount of land available to us is more than what I anticipated. Right, you definitely need to take the meteorite. And I think... Okay, so for one turn, you can work on an archer. But I'm definitely going to put down a stone pit on that meteorite. Because that ingot is going to get me closer to building the Colossus of Rhodes. And we are in our golden age now, but it's a 9 turn. Okay, it's fine. Typically, when you're building wonders, it's very useful to time them in the periods where you have a golden age. You can actually generate more culture or more prestige. From this point on, I think we will... Right now, we are at +4 in our influence per turn. I think next turn, we will check and see what the values are. And New Garage wants a wealth and gives me 2 relationship. Okay, this is good. I think all the 3... Yeah, this guy is 2 points away. This guy is 2 points away. And New Karaj is 1 point away. So all 3 of the tribes we have met have a chance, or I will get a chance to absorb them into my empire. Maybe heal up and then we will deal with the wolves. Let's take a look. Bronze working. So bronze working is done. Now what are the priority techs that we need? We definitely want the wheel because we will want to build some cavalry. We definitely want masonry because we want to put a palace down. Sails, although the docks are something I would want in my cities, are important but not urgent. Weaving is extremely important, and I think I'm going to start off with weaving because I want to get started on my ropes. I think the first thing I need to do is to choose between Code of Laws and Sacred Rights, because both of them open up a new government and I need to decide which direction to go in. Because I've left herbalism behind, I'm leaning towards more altars in my empire. So I think going Sacred Rights first and placing down altars all over the place would be good. Plus, it opens me up to make festivals, but I don't have any ready accelerators for the festivals just yet. I think I need I need to have a more mature industry before I can make use of these. I will try to prioritize an altar as soon as possible, mainly for the science. I think the religion is important but not urgent, but I think the science is something, or the knowledge per city will be very, very useful. Well, let's go there. We will start with Sacred Rights. And I have the luxury of doing this right now because I have not met anybody. I don't see any impending threats on my borders. So we can YOLO this a little bit. I should prioritize a farm here now. Get the grain industry going. Grains typically are useful because grains tying into grain storage would give you grain stores and with fermenting it will give you the ability to make wine, and generally it leads down with a bakery, it will send you down a path with hospitality and a bunch of other amenities that are growth focused. So having more grain across your empire, and we'll have more, we have a lot of grain nodes that we have yet to grow to, but all in good time. But to be honest, I'm not growing as fast as I would have liked because I don't have any food focused region just yet, and I think that should be a priority in one of these guys. I think maybe this one. In Shush, this region here becomes my first food focused area. So I might just want to plant a ton of farms here. Oh, I was gonna flip my yeah, you need to get this stone pit out before this archer. And right after the ceramic shop, I can build one more ceramic shop here, but I think I'm gonna get an immortal 40 materials. Wow. I know it's a strong unique unit, but like the swordsman is an 8 strength unit and the immortal is 50% better. It's 50% better, but it costs 100% of the materials than the swordsman. We will build one for sure, but if I have no one to, if my immortals don't have anyone to test their immortality against, I don't think I'll be building too many of them. But yeah, I'll queue up one. I'll queue up one and then we will queue up a ceramic shop after that. 2 ceramic shops, 2 stone pits, and possibly another stone pit here, just so that our material count stays high. And we have a paragon. So we have an engineer, we have a musician and a prophet. Normally an engineer as a chief advisor with 10% build production in all cities would be great, and I think I'm leaning towards this one. But the prophet as a cultural advisor is not bad because I can get my altars up really fast. How close am I to? I'm 12 turns away. Okay, that's too far. I think just taking the 10% build production in all cities is probably okay. Let's do that. Yeah, let's take care of this cougar. And we have stuff to pick up down here, so I should get one more scout really. That's fine. Maybe you can just clear out these guys. Clear out these 2 wolves and then go ahead and pick up the rest of the stuff. And I'll get the guy from the north to come down this way and clear out the rest of the stuff here. Let's take a peek on this tile. There's gotta be someone in this area here. Maybe multiple civilizations. So we haven't met anyone yet, right? I wanted to highlight something. Hopefully some of the game devs look at this and hopefully correct it. If I look at the statistics, I can see all the civs who are in the game. I know Rome's in the game. I know Inca is in the game, Egypt, Ghana, and the Holy Roman Empire. And honestly, I really don't like it when I know who I'm up against. Change is simple. If I have not met the civ, this should really say unmet. Even when like you look at the religion lens, right? So we don't have any religion right now, but if you ever see other religions, we don't see any right now, but when we do, the name of the religion gives a clue to who the civ might be. Yeah, I would love for that to be hidden from me until I actually encounter it naturally in the game. Right, ceramic shop, wheel, and I don't have a source of sculpting materials, but right now I want you to use it, and I want to use the materials, and I'm going to just put this to infinite. I think that's fine. I need to get as many ceramic pots as quickly as possible. And just to be safe, can I buy... Yeah, I don't have enough gold. I think next turn I'll have enough gold to buy the settler, but maybe in a few turns. Because I don't want to deplete my gold completely, because if I get an event that needs me to have gold, I might end up on the losing side. Okay. And new city has a claim. I do have a source of grain in that direction. I think I'm going to lean into the sheep, maybe. Okay, let's think about this. This is a 2-zone region and it's a great... The yields are great on this one. I can plan a wonder on this tile. Or go for these and get more... I think no. I think let me get the... Let's keep the option open to put a wonder down on this tile. And you are... Yeah, you need a dwelling now. And... Yeah, you can use baskets. I think I will buy the immortal, place the dwelling, and the next thing that this area does is build a farming block on the vine. So which city do I want to make as my military city? I was thinking it's going to be this Lorestan city, but I might want to instead do it here. There is a stone pit right there, and there is a stone pit right there. I think I'm going to queue up a watchtower. The watchtower gives me 15 security and 2 strength. Well, that's fine. 2 strength is not as relevant here. Yeah, let's queue up the watchtower here. And in fact, the archer can wait. But once this watchtower is up, I need to start stocking up on a military. I always delay having a military in my empire, and it pretty much consistently bites me in the ass. Let's take care of this wolf, maybe even this one, and then we'll go south. Oh, okay. Let's grab that, and then we'll heal up. We have one immortal. Yeah, there is a lot of stuff to pick up down here. Since we see both predators and caches, that means no rival civ has walked in this area yet. We are pretty much the first ones. And if this land connects up here, then I'm pretty much yeah, I think I have a lot of land at my disposal. And I think I should buy this settler too. In fact, maybe I should make a play for Nemrut Dog also, just because I can. Right. So Barca now needs to start thinking ahead. I think one fermenting pit. Maybe I'll probably end up pasting fermenting pits on all 3 tiles here eventually. But one to start with. In 6 turns I will get the ability to build an altar, which I should plan to. Although I don't know where. In hindsight, I should have not bought this here. I think Barca growing to that would have been... It's fine. And this settler needs to come down here somewhere. So the game's telling me to settle on the zebra. That's not what I'm doing. I don't want to settle there because there is a goat and a sheep there, so I can't really put anything else in the city center. Probably the only thing going here would be a dwelling, but that gives me more options, so I will settle that spot. And you need to heal completely before you do anything else. Okay, so this land does wrap around this way. So if it is wrapping around, I think my next city needs to be somewhere close to, yeah, this new Karaj tribe. Let's see. I think I have a lot of land to fill up, and pretty much every opportunity I get to increase my city cap, I should take it. Which is why I think Nemrut Dog is slightly more important than other wonders, I think. Alright, this is ceramic shop number 2. And yeah, you can be infinite too. 1 every 4 turns, so I think I'm not too worried about... maybe I should not spend any more materials here. What is my ceramic shop? 0.7. Until I cross the high teens in my ceramic pot count. After that, I'll ease off on the submaterial supplies that I'm pushing in to make those pots. But now you are making a dwelling and you have queued up a farm. I think I'll put down 1 more stone pit here. Yeah, that production is going to be bonkers. Right, family business. I think I'm going to go for trading, because what that does is I can put down... So let's buy this fermenting pit. The trading post gives me 10 city prosperity and generates wealth. Now the trading post plays well with the bakery. So I think I want to... Yeah, I think I'll wait 4 turns for the growth event. And then I need... Whichever is the area I'm growing to is the one that's going to get the trading post. I'm going to save this zone here because I want to place a dock down on one of these, on this tile here. But what do I want right now? I do have the farm. Maybe a butcher shop and a stable, but I don't have the wheel yet. Alternately, I could put down farms. I think let's put dwelling down. We will need it regardless. And this city also should place down a dwelling because in 16 turns, it's fine. We'll wait for it. I would use the army units to clear out predators, but they don't give me the plunder from it. So if I'm getting a leather or food from it, these guys killing it won't give it to me. Only the scouts can do it. So the scouts have a lot of value. So our golden age is over. Oh, I forgot to check. I don't know. Did I get the benefit from the +10 culture to all city? Oh wait, it's not influence. Okay. So the culture +10 culture definitely helped the influence, but the it's not like I was getting +10 influence per turn. I was getting +10 culture in all the cities, which helps the influence by a tad bit. So I think the net benefit to my influence was possibly like maybe 1 or 2 influence per turn. Right, and this city has built the farm. Let's queue up an archer here. And our first fermenting pit is ready. I think wine. And you can use grape. I might switch that to grain eventually and yeah, leave that all empty. And I think I want to, yeah, you will make wine infinitely. In time, I will need to increase the production of that wine, which means I need to get this. Yeah, this farm needs to come up online pretty quickly. Can I buy this dwelling? I can, but it's a lot of gold. I think maybe wait a turn or two. Anything that is 2 or 3 turns away from completion, I should consider buying it outright if I can. Alright, event. Oh, sweet. I'll give you 1 horse. So this Zuzestan, I don't know who this city is going to join. It might join this either Zahedan or Shush. I think it'll join Shush. That's what I think will happen, but let's see. Yeah, definitely clear that. Do I have the ability to put down roads yet? And roads do cost material. So let's just put down some obvious ones. I should have put this down before I sent the settler walking. It would have been quicker for the settler to get to that new city settle spot. Paint the area, I guess. And Parsa has a claim. So, and you have an expert. So let's plug in the expert first. This is an easy call. Always plug in the first expert in your capital. Always plug it in into your Great Hearth, because you get more city production and you get more research per turn, which will help us a lot. And as far as the growth tile is concerned, we want to put it down somewhere where we are going to pair it with potentially a bakery, a trading post, and a dwelling. So I would like a 5-zone region. If I see one, if I don't see a 5-zone region, if I have to choose a 4-zone region, then this is as good as any. I don't think, no, I'm not hurting for timber right now. So I think if I pick this, the 4 food definitely helps Barca. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Alright, Sacred Rites is done. So Barca now. Parsa probably doesn't build his altar immediately. I do need a trading post right there. 2 turns away, let's buy that. The watchtower is 3 turns away. That's not urgent. Next turn I'll buy it. That's fine. So I want to queue up an altar somewhere as soon as possible. I think if I'm putting a farming block there, I don't have... Maybe I put it right in the center here. But typically the altar is great when you want to pair it with like a weaving industry. So maybe I will put it here. Let's start there. And then we can put a few weavers next to it. Or maybe a weaver and a city temple eventually. And the next we want to move to, I think, let's get masonry so we can slot the palace. I think I will have ceramic pots soon enough. I don't have ropes. Okay, I don't have ropes, so I need weaving first. And this tribe has joined Shush. Perfect. So Shush is going to grow. So I'll probably slot in a second altar somewhere here. Okay, let's take a look on this tile. There are a lot of like equipment and resource caches lying around the place, and I need to claim them. And you have 2 growth events or 2. So I think I want to pick all the high zone areas that I can. There is more wine down here, and there is another 5-zone area up here. It's a 4-zone area. I think these two. Pick up the wine, the 5-zone area, and this one. But if I have to put an altar down, where would I put it? I think I would put it in this empty area here. So let's get one of that. And the other one, yeah, this city is going to have a lot of farms. Maybe this is a good yield zone. So I want to pick this because it's a 2-zone area, and effectively I will use it to plan a wonder. And I'm thinking about if the Colossus, yeah, that's going to be a great spot for the Colossus of Rhodes. Although it's on an inland sea, which feels wrong, but yeah, it's a great two-zone spot for it. Yeah, I think baskets is fine. The number 3 amenity is going to be the trading goods amenity. And after this archer, you will need a dwelling. Alright, let's go down here. We have explored or we have opened up a lot of the coastal tiles, but except for this one shellfish, there is no other sea resource that I see. I see one fish here, and there is land right there. So, funny thing, when you see a situation like this, right? When you see two land masses that are connected, like in this case, they are not, because there are 2 zones here that have a channel that are filled with a channel of water. But if this wasn't the case, right? Let's say if this zone extended all the way up here like this, you could actually walk from this landmass to this landmass. In this case, we can't. We would need some sort of a embarkation deck to actually make that jump. But it's one of those things that where you see a channel of water and you think that you can't cross. But yeah, if this didn't exist here, you could actually cross and hop over. Yeah, the game has some funny quirks that take a while to get used to. Okay, I have a lot of wine. Lots and lots of grapes. Makes me a good trade candidate for wine. So I don't know if the game or this game is geared towards rewarding you for an overproduction of something. Like in Civ 6, you have monopolies and corporations, and you can essentially, like, if you are the sole, you get benefits from actually creating like a monopoly. In this case, I don't know if we have a monopoly, but we do have a lot of wine or grapes with access to wine. And in fact, grapes can only create wine. They can do fresh produce also. That's like much later in the game though. But yeah, but eventually this will be strong. But I wish the game had some sort of a mechanic where if you do expand to create an overabundance of something, the game would reward you. This is city number 5. Yeah, I'm breaking even on the feasts more or less. If I pick festivals, I really don't have too many options here. I think I can build more fermenting pits to make more syrup for sure. Fabric, tea leaves, flowers and candles, we don't have any of these yet. Cured meats and bread, we can build that industry up soon enough. So we have options. But I think, okay, let me leave it like that. Doesn't matter what, because this is like 200 turns and it's never gonna... I won't be getting a festival anytime soon. But I should start thinking about getting a syrup industry going. And something, either bread or a cured meats eventually. And yeah, and something else in this list here. And as far as the capital is concerned, the capital is making 220 feasts. I should be switching this to syrup really and saving the gold. But I'm good with gold right now. I will not be plugging in food there. But I can plug in grain to accelerate the feast production, to make sure that if I accelerate the feast production here, I will have the option of using one of my other gathering halls to make some other amenities. But again, my cities aren't tall yet, so I don't need all the amenities that I'm planning for. Now, new city, there will be a dwelling in one of these tiles. I think I can build an altar here. Totally. 29 turns. That's fine. I'll end up buying it. And we are not doing great with prestige just yet. I think we are simming along just fine. Let's grab that. I want you to go to this tile here just to get visibility on the in the north. Act transition. Somebody's in the Iron Age. Yeah, I think overall this game is great for us, but we are quite far behind. We have a lot more necessary techs that we need to get in this era before we are going to the Iron Age. So we will be lagging in tech for quite a while. But since we haven't met anyone, I am in no rush to go down a single or a one certain path. So who is my best security right now? I think Zahedan is, right? So Zahedan can deploy wedge number 2. Alright. And wedge number 2 is generally going to hold the line somewhere down here. In fact, even this guy, after he scouts this area, is going to come down south. And that reminds me, I think, yeah, let's connect you with the roads. I always end up forgetting to do it. I think I will need more fermenting pits. I think I want to force the issue here. You can buy that. And Lorestan is building that and securing that. That's good. Next turn when I have weaving, I have to plug in ropes. What did I pick up? 1 feast, 1 plow, 1 wheel, 1 tunics. Alright, that's a good pickup. Alright, weaving's done. And I think I'm gonna get masonry now. I will need masonry, I will need the wheel, I will need sails, and I think I'll leave Code of Laws behind. Sails because we want to build the Colossus of Rhodes. Both my workshops need to start working on ropes, and again, I want as many ropes as I can. Don't have wool or cotton. I will use my timber. I do have the option to use leather, but it's fine. I think let's just use materials instead. And I want to keep 15 ropes on hand always. And you should do the same. The trading post, yeah, you need to make that. So I don't have a natural source of fur or silk just yet. Perfume, leather, decorative vase could probably be an option here after I get my main ceramic shops. But the only thing I have here is wine. I want to leave it like that because we will have a reasonable amount of wine soon enough. But as far as trading goods are concerned, I want you to make, in fact, yeah, the trading post can't really do anything else, so you can just do it infinitely. It's fine. City has a claim. Okay. Dyes are useful, so I want to grow up closer towards it. So let's pick this one. And your second, definitely baskets. And you need a dwelling. You can buy that archer. New event, metalwork mastery. 1 relationship. Or I get a free swordsman. The free swordsman is tempting. I can create 1 more growth event in one of my cities if I pick this. He wants materials, so I don't want to. It's fine. I'll take the swordsman. It's a good thing to have in reserves. And I think masonry now. I want to take a look and see what's on this tile. Just to see if there's a fish here. I'm not hopeful, but it's fine. I have time. City tier increased. You have a claim. I think grow out to the limestone for sure. The limestone will give me or guarantee me a strong ceramics industry. But I want the city to grow very fast, very quickly. After your dwelling is done, I think I'm going to place down another altar here. In fact, let's buy that. And my capital can buy that too. Fermenting pit number 2. How's my grape situation? I think just about even. So I don't need a second one, but I think I'll use syrups here. Definitely use the grain. It'll be fine. But I can leave this as infinite. I think, yeah, that's cool. Infinite wine, infinite syrup. Let's go down. The odds of ending up meeting someone will go up the further south I go. 10 materials and 1 metal ingot. Forgot to pick up this one. Let's that. Event. New Maca. Hold on.
A local tribe.
You were... Okay, what the hell is going on here? You were the first to discover the new Maca tribe. Okay, so we don't have any immediate neighbors. I mean, pretty much all this land is mine. Or I can stake a claim for. Had I known this before, I would have spaced these cities out a little differently. It's fine. And I have a lot of timber. I can do that with you. It's fine. Collected some gold. Okay, you can collect that. And Parsa is idle. So Parsa, I need to force Parsa's growth, definitely. But before I do that, let's make sure we have a good amount of wine on hand. I will need one more source of grapes somewhere. So I think Lorestan, yeah, I can put a farm. Alright, I need farms in this area here. So Lorestan along with this this grape, I think I need adjacent farms. In fact, I'm gonna paint. Let's put 4. Maybe leave this room open for either a water well or a granary eventually. And that will make sure that I'm harvesting a lot of wine or grapes. And now since that is done, I think a butcher shop first. And then a stable, which I need wheel for. I'll get there. Let's get the butcher shop first. Maybe before the butcher shop, let's get one more military. Let's get an archer. So how many ropes do I have now? 3. So among my workshops, this guy is making ropes because I pretty much have my stock of lithic tools. But since I'm using baskets as an amenity, this is not going to reach 15 for quite a while. So if I want to accelerate my ropes, I need to drop this down such that the ropes production takes precedence, at least until I run low on baskets. So maybe I should do it like this and leave this at 15. Yep. But there is a risk here that I might need to revisit this. So masonry is done. My palace is going to go either in Parsa or my Lorestan. So let's see. I think Parsa is a good spot for it. And all I need is 6 more ropes. Right. As much as I want to get to ironworking as soon as possible, I need sails and I need wheels. Because if I lose the ability to build war chariots or horsemen, I think I'm going to get the wheel first and then sails, and then we will jump ahead. Let's come south and grab all the other stuff. Oh, 6 ropes now. Right, 1 more wedge. We will deploy it. I need to, if over time. So after this altar, in fact, when we're in the Iron Age, I will build a barracks right there. A barracks and a blacksmith would be a good 1-2 pair. How many metal ingots do I have now? 6. Okay. So Shush can definitely build, not these. Well, I could build these too, but I think I want to build the Colossus of Rhodes right there. It's going to be a while. I need to get to sales. Okay, what did I pick up here? 2 food oil, 2 furs, and 2 sculpting materials. Okay. Another cash. I'd be upset if I don't have anybody else on this continent. Every once in a while, right? I mean, the last game, we were so squeezed on land. In fact, the last game that I put out was the one with Elizabeth, but since then I've played a few more. And one of the biggest reasons why I dropped down the civs from 7 to 6 was because I was increasingly finding myself squeezed for land. The only different thing here is instead of fractal maps, I've picked like the Terra map. And guess what? I guess I got my wish, really. New Kashan. Wait. Okay, let's see. You were the first to discover New Kashan. What the fuck is going on? The more I see, I get a feeling that we are the only ones on this map. I take a hit on my build production in my capital. That's fine, yeah, totally. Moves me 1 point closer. In fact, I'm just 1 point away from New Zanjian becoming taller, which is not a bad thing because I do want to grow out to some of these tiles. Some good stuff in this area though. I think my city cap is unfortunately stuck at 5 and I don't have the ability to build Nemrud Dog. I can take one more 50% scientist pick chance, 100% trade production while at city cap. I think I'm going to wait a turn and see if these change. If they don't change, then I'll be upset. Let's go there. Let's see. Yeah, these are not changing. Maybe I'll just purchase a claim and plan for either Stonehenge or the Pyramids of Giza. Question is, can I build one? Either of them. I can build both of them actually. I don't want to build them in that tile. But maybe I claim land and don't see a 2-zone region nearby. There's a 3-zone region right there on the coast. In fact, that would be an okay spot to put down the Colossus of Rhodes. So, okay, let's do it this way. Let's buy the altar and we will put down... What do we want to put down? Do we want to put down Stonehenge or do we want to put down the Great Pyramids of Giza? I think the Pyramids of Giza are good because they do... Soon enough I will get a chance to put down an expert and they do take experts in it. 500 prestige on completion. I think I'll do it. While this city here, how far are you from a growth event? 22 turns. And maybe Lorestan can build the Stonehenge right there. But I need 10 more ropes. Oh damn it, I just screwed myself over the palace, didn't I? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Religion can be found. So what do we want? Do we want... Okay, I want to pick a custom religion here. I don't care about the icon, but I do care about the building. Not building any candles. I don't have any concrete. I don't have... Yeah, stained glass is tough to build. I think, yeah, let's just pick one with the secret temple. That's fine. Do we want a separate icon here? Yeah, Persia. I mean, I would love to pick Zoroastrianism straight up. Let's do that. Let's just say fire. I think bakery and another dwelling here would be okay. So bakeries do benefit from commerce stuff. You get 3 food bonus per turn for each commerce improvement in this region, which is the trading post is a commerce improvement, and I can put down one more dwelling next to it or something else if it comes to. But yeah, let's put the bakery down. Now I think palace before any other wonder, for sure. Yeah, I think in a few turns. When this bakery finishes, we will be close to building, starting to work on the palace. I think, yeah, let's invest in a farming block. I think this one is fine. You have an expert, and the first expert here needs to go into the stone pit. Maybe stone pit or the farm, because I will guarantee that I'm making my trading goods faster if I do this. But I think overall the extra production is so much better. Right, butcher shop is up. Now the butcher shop is gonna be, yeah, you don't have any supplies just yet. I will get salt eventually. Fish, cattle, yeah, this is, I'm just gonna leave it empty for now. Next turn I could have plugged in a stable here, which would be okay too. Wheel, yeah, I want sales. Don't want to leave it behind. And we have our first wars. 3 housing in all cities. Oh, yes. Adorn the heavens. 25% build production towards triumphs. All of them. Now, usually you get benefits for like a kind of triumph, whether it's a scientific triumph or an industrial triumph. But this is all the triumphs. That's actually fantastic. So let's revisit this once again. Let's pick the 50% scientist pick chance. I think it's fine. We don't have a scientist in this block. So we already have a domestic and a chief advisor. The writer can get plugged in. Foreign advisor Epicurus would be okay too. 10 health and happiness in your capital as domestic advisor I think would be okay too. 20 knowledge in my capital, or 10 health and 10 happiness in my capital. If I'm trying to build the Stonehenge in my capital at any given point in time, I think this would be great. I don't think I want the pioneer at all. Let's see. Yeah, let's do it. Let's plug you as a domestic advisor here. And Coleus, who's giving me 25% prosperity in my capital. I do take a hit on gold if the moment I do this, but I think I will do it. Yeah, next turn I gotta revisit this. And theocracy, definitely changing to theocracy. I will take, so I'm not hurting for production, so I will build my altars naturally, but every city that has an altar will get a quality of life stat buff, and I think that's good. Your new religious force is now active across your lands. Fire has been founded. Construction on the pyramids, 19 turns. Alright, so Coleus, I can plug you as a foreign advisor and get more merchants, but I have no one to trade with. So this is kind of dumb right now. I don't have a masterpiece that is making statuaries. What do I do with you? Okay, let's plug you as a foreign advisor for now, but I think I don't expect you to stay in that slot for too long. It's an elephant. Alright. City's idle, crafter's idle, the bakery is idle, and the bakery can't build anything. Oh, because I left grain storage, so I don't have the ability to make bread yet. But let's get a stable. The bakery is, I mean, it's giving that passive effect of the food, but that's pretty much it. $25% bonus prestige from constructing triumphs. Yes, I think I want it, because I think I'm definitely gonna build more wonders. I do have an extra city cap, so one of my cities can definitely build another settler. Not my capital probably, unless I'll have to wait for a little while longer. In fact, I think you should. Let's queue that up. Let's buy that out. I think this 5-zone region with the wine is good. And you do have an expert. And this expert here, but you don't have too many options. 5 security and 25 culture in the altar. I'm gonna pick it. Right, palace, and you can finish I gold buy this. I think I want to save my gold. I think the stable can wait. Get the palace first. If anything, if I'm spending gold for anything, it is to rush by the wonder. This is 500 prestige if I finish it. I get knowledge and culture. So I think Stonehenge is so much better in the capital itself. I can't swap tiles. The capital is going to wanting to grow to that and build the Colossus of Rhodes. I don't know if I have the ability to build it next turn or to start work on it next turn. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the claim purchase and buy that tile out in Parsa just so that I have it next turn. Is the cow more important or the sheep or the goat? I think precious stones and syrup. Or precious metals. I think that is slightly better. It is a 2-4 zone. I think after this one I'll try and get that one. And you can rush by the altar. And yeah, might as well put stone pits here. My timber cow seems to have flagged a bit, so I don't mind if I end up building one more lumber camp somewhere. Okay, one more scout. I think I desperately need one more scout. What are you doing right after the dwelling? Nothing, right? So you should build a scout. And we have sales, and Parsa will grow to this tile here, and next turn we will see. Do I want Code of Laws also? Do I want to try to build Nemrutag? I know I will have the ability to. I mean, this is like Greed 101. Yeah, fuck it, let's do it. We are in a golden age, which is actually sweet because we will try and finish the damn wonder in the golden age. But our golden age only lasts for 9 turns, and I will end up buying this when it gets closer to 2 or 3 turns, for sure. And in the perfect world, I would have liked to time more wonders finishing in the golden age, but this is not bad. Event 125 wealth, sure, absolutely. Okay. Now I'm getting desperate. I need to meet other players and see where they are. There you go. There is someone here. If I would take the next city that I want to put down and I put it down somewhere here, then I can create a potential problem. I think that's Inca. I think those colors are Pachacuti. Okay, let's meet him. New Champi Wilka. Sapa Inca Pachacuti. Neutral. Let's see. We can give him a gift. I don't want to give him horses. We can give him lithic tools, maybe. It's fine. Let's see how the game naturally plays out. I mean, the one game where I have the option to build cavalry, and I will build cavalry for sure. The one game where I have the option to build cavalry and I don't have anybody threatening me on my borders, that'll change. You can actually go there, and the scout can come here. Let's see. Region claim. Don't think I need a region claim just yet. 4 turns to go. I think I'm gonna rush by the... yeah, let's do it. In 1 turn, if I have the ability to put down Nemrutag, I will do it. But after this palace, let's see. I am 20 pots. I need pots. And I will have them, but I need to probably force the issue here. Okay, go there. And you can go there. Code of Laws is done. Iron working now. And we finished. Sweet. So, quick check on our experts in Shush. I can increase the craft production and the build production in this city by 5. Is that better, or is the current expert who's giving me 5 security and 25 culture better? If I remove this guy, I basically lose 15 culture. But I have a feeling that I'm not crafting anything in this. It's not harvest production, it's just city craft. City build production +5 is going to be useful, no doubt. But is that more important or is the culture more important? I can't. I'm generating 15 culture a turn, so I think I can. Let's plug that out and plug it into the Great Pyramids. I do want to create farming blocks across these, but let's get this mine first. And we are not changing governments here. Although our palace... So the palace typically, or monarchy as a government helps the palace. Let's say we're not changing it, but let's say we do decide to change it. There's 25 security in the capital and 10 prosperity in the capital. Plus, the palace itself can give +10 to quality of life stats in the city, in the capital, which is... So it makes for a very strong capital. Theocracy the way it is right now, I think we haven't built altars everywhere, but the moment we do, it kind of secularly helps every other city too. There is value in switching to monarchy here, but I don't know. I don't know which one is better at this point. Maybe wait a few turns and then we will... might want to switch. And yeah, we built the palace. We were the first to build it, which gives us 100 prestige. So where are our prestige rankings right now? It should be better, but I think we are still last, but barely. Because our 500 prestige from finishing the pyramids of Giza in a golden age really helps us. Let's see. We got it by 625 is what we got from constructing the wonder. Plus we have 819 from quality of life stats. Our military score is low, but I think I will have to work to edge this up, and it will happen. Commerce is decent, culture is 0, religion is quite poor, science is quite poor. These two things will change and get better. Industry and impact. Yeah, because we don't have a lot. It will change. I think the momentums are going to be on our side from... I think the initial hump of this game, or any struggle in this game, is well past. I think from this point on, anything that goes wrong is purely on execution risk. I think Colossus of Rhodes gets planned first, then Stonehenge. What is the gap for Stonehenge? Stonehenge just needs ropes, and I will have ropes. I'll be able to build Stonehenge before I can probably work on the Stonehenge and the Colossus of Rhodes simultaneously, I think. Okay. See, like in a situation like this, even though there is a body of water, I can cross that, just the way it is. But I wouldn't be able to cross from here to here in one turn because there is another zone in the middle. Like, it took me a while to kind of visually understand what's going on, but yeah. I mean, in past games, I would like wait here and just assume that you can't cross that. So you have a growth event. I think I want to grow to that. So 2 tile. In fact, I'm going to try and place a wonder here too. In fact, Stonehenge in the capital and Nemrudda goes in the secondary city. And you should definitely use trade goods. I'm just about at a wash right now because I am using wine. Now, I don't want to use baskets. I only have 3 baskets. My basket production is kind of flagging, I think. Okay, I need more workshops. That means I do need one more workshop somewhere, don't I? Yeah, let's buy that stone pit and we will put a workshop here. Because I'm getting to the point where I need everything all at once and I can't be relying on the priority structure to give me everything in time. And my baskets are an amenity in pretty much all my cities, so I don't want to run out of them. And I am depleting them faster than I'm constructing them. I think that's a good spot for a weaver right now. And we have a scout. Okay, so this scout's job is to clear predators. Let's start with this bear. And except for tigers, I will try and clear them in one go and heal them right after the kill is done. What's our relationship here? I don't want to give my immediate neighbors on my borders horses. Just in case they don't have it, I don't want them to construct a cavalry that can become a pain in my ass. Let's see if he'll take open borders just like that. He declined. We met Egypt. Alright. Let's see. Can we give her a gift that... Yeah. None of the things that I can gift her are things that I don't want. I want to retain all the stuff that's on here. So it's fine. But she is, in fact, I would have loved, I don't have share a border with her. I would totally have gifted her horses. She doesn't want them. So she probably has them. So you are healed up. I think clear this guy and then come back and clear the animals in New Zanjan. Oh, come on. So let's not get caught off guard here. Let's come back. If he grows to one of these tiles, we lose the ability to come back to our lands. And I don't have too many units. I thought I had mustered more units, didn't I? I did not. 65 security, 50 security. I thought maybe I forgot to deploy this one. But I thought I was deploying one more wedge, and I should. Now the city's idle. Can you build a wanderer? Yeah, I can probably start building Stonehenge next turn. So if it's just one turn, I think let's build a war chariot or an archer. Let's get an archer. It's 2 turns. Lorestan is my highest, so I think maybe you should just continue building more settlers. We'll queue one right after here too. And these new settlers are... I'll try and leave this spot open. I just want to not create a situation where I'm settling into him. But I'll try to fill up the area around here, which seems to be all mine, and kind of get more cities going here. You can also make ropes for a while, but I think carriages are good. We have the horses to make them really fast. Okay, we can leave it like this. Let's make sure we have 15 carriages. Between carriages and trade goods, they become my next amenities. Carriages are actually good. They do give a hit on city health, but they increase city production by 10% and city growth by 100% or 100 absolute city growth, and they give you a 15 city prosperity. All in all, good, but I think trade goods are slightly better overall. I think they're both about comparable, more or less. Let's take a peek on that tile. Okay, no fish in that area. That's fine. You can come down here and you have a bunch of stuff to grab. So both farms are up. I think more farms possibly. I think there is better value in like stacking them all in the same zone first, but this does help. Each farm adjacent to a harvestable resource helps the harvesting rate of whatever it is. I think I need to start thinking about dedicating a city just for military production. But every one of my cities has a job to do right now, and none of them have the job of making military. Let's see, maybe I just keep building a unit or two whenever I see the chance to make one, I will make one. City's idle. You have built a weaver. Until I get my other workshop up, let's get some baskets going here. But after these baskets, I might just cancel this out eventually. I don't have any llamas. I have fur, but I don't have a supply of fur coming in. Neither wool or cotton, neither silk. So this might be challenging. So let's just stack up on some fur and leave this infinite for now. What's going to happen here is I will use the fur as the fabric in my trade goods and keep it going, but I will have to revisit that soon and change it. Now you don't have anything else to build. Your job is to raise security, but you don't have the ability to build docks anywhere. That's fine. Docks don't give security though. You have an altar. Maybe build a military here. A war chariot, a horseman, maybe two of each. That's fine. So what do we want first? The Colossus of Rhodes or Stonehenge? The Stonehenge will improve my science and culture. The Colossus of Rhodes gives me a higher sea force cap and 500 prestige. I think that is tempting. Okay, you can grab that. Bribe. I do open up a war of retaliation with him, with the Inca later. In exchange, you agree to go to war with the target nation immediately. I think I'll accept it. I think it's a small hit to my prestige, but let's see. Okay. Where is my Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what kind of military he has. It's very possible that I will end up losing this unit. I don't see any scouts of his roaming around close to me. Yeah, should be interesting. This guy here needs to take one hit on that and then heal.
Tribe meets with your emissary.
New Marka tribe, one relationship,
We are building.
sure. And you should definitely come down. And I'll need to keep a force in this area just to keep his things at bay. Deal as much damage as possible. This is skirmish. Okay. Let's see. And that's a settler. So where is the game telling me to settle? I think that spot is good. If I end up, I don't expect to capture the city, but if I do capture the city, I will raise it. Because it's completely out of place and indefensible if I decide to keep it. Ironworking is done. Irrigation for sure, because it opens up a bunch of things we have skipped. And I think hospitality also. And maybe textiles is what I leave behind. I do lose the ability to make garments, which are actually pretty decent. But I think it's fine. Yeah, I'll have to wait till haberdashery to get it. Although I will lose the ability to make looms. So but irrigation and hospitality, and then we will jump to the next stage. I forgot about this guy. Okay, I need to... let's heal him. Usually in this situation, I would have lost that unit to the tiger. Got lucky there. War chariot is in the reserves. Craft queue is empty. Oh, new workshop. I think this guy needs to make baskets. And we always want 15 on hand. I think metal tools. We'll use metal ingots. And I will plug that in. The lithic tools here after I start the Stonehenge somewhere. Oh, you need a dwelling. Let's heal you up and then we clear up these northern predators. Claim. Let's get the zebra because I think I need a source of fur if I want to keep the weaving industry going strong. You can use carriages actually. I am making very fast carriages. New city, and this new city, yeah, you can use carriages too. I would want to place a dock, but maybe not in the city center. Let's get a war chariot here too. It'll take a while, the city will grow a bit before it puts down anything of consequence. Yeah, let's build some code of laws here. Yeah, you can do that. Actually, you don't have to. Leave it empty, 1 in 6 turns. We'll be able to support code of laws in like a couple of cities. I'm thinking more of just the city where I'm building military. That's gonna use the code of laws. So we really don't need to keep 10 on hand, but that's fine. 10 is okay. Alright. Region claimed. Since that region is claimed, I think definitely get the hunting camp soon. Hello. Alright. Now, since that is done, Stonehenge. Yeah. And if I'm able to, I will start the Nemrut Dag in Loristan in this tile. Which I can't, I need ropes. I need just 5 more ropes and I can probably kick it off. Okay, you are growing. I think grow to the vine. We'll put a farming block in that area. Yeah, let's get a couple of more military. Let's get a bowman. Immortals are quickly approaching there. I mean, the moment I have the pikeman and something else, I mean, it's still a ways away. So maybe I can build one more immortal. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's get a couple of bowmen and a couple of immortals. And yep, we had the act goal for it. And because we built it, we got extra prestige. Irrigation is done. Why the hell are you in the water? Okay. I think get hospitality and then we will jump to the next era. Okay. Event. I can give him 1 tunic. and 10 happiness in the capital, and 1 relationship. 1 relationship is all I need. I can get 100 wealth for timber, which is also not bad, which is actually, I'm tempted to do this. I think I'm low on timber, aren't I? Yeah, well, not too bad. I can afford to spend it, but I think I will take the, I'll give the tunic and take the happiness. Regardless, this new Kashan is gonna join new Zanjan, which is gonna create a growth event. And just so that it happens in time, I'm gonna buy this one. So the dwelling is there and my housing cap is not a limiter. Decide city fate. Wait. Oh, hello. It's a fairly mature city. I was thinking that maybe this is asinine. So he settled this city and he pretty much grew out this way only. Now the question is if we decide to keep this city, because what does the city have? The city has a weaver, it has a dwelling, a ceramic shop, another dwelling, a flower field, another dwelling, fermenting pit, dwelling, an unimproved pig, an unimproved sheep, an unimproved goat. What the hell? And a gathering hall, and I have iron. Oh, come on. I cannot raise this city. I have to keep it and I have to defend it. I have to. So what kind of forces does he have? 42 in this Lari tribe, and I think he's trying to kill the Lari tribe. Okay, I will need to augment more forces in here, but I'm gonna keep the city. Assimilate. Resolve capture. And you are gonna go there. So there is stuff here will get pillaged, or the war will be over in 15 turns. And Lari wants, I don't care, Lari's gonna die I think, but I do get 10 prestige from this 25, giving them a little bit of gold, and that's fine. Actually I can give them food, and it's the same thing though. Okay, how much food do I have in? Oh, I have a lot of food. Okay, that's fine. I can afford to lose the food. You're healed up. Take care of the lion. And you need... I was going to explore with you further south this way, but I think I need to send you out to the front line. And among other things, I think I need to start a road here. Yeah. City is idle, it needs 3 amenities. Carriage for sure. Feast is fine. And I think baskets. And I think among other things, just, yeah, improve. There's a good chance that stuff is going to get pillaged and impeded. You do have an expert though. I do want to put a stone pit there. In fact, I should probably prioritize this stone pit first. Because among other things, it's in the city center and far easier to defend. I think I can use materials. Do I need flowers? I think I want flowers. I think let's keep like a decent chunk on hand. I'm thinking ahead and I'm thinking about building some wonders. And the flowers themselves are not bad as an amenity. I may or may not need them, but a bunch of crafters are idle here. So this ceramic shop, I think you can make some decorative vases. I'll definitely use that. I don't have dyes. I think keep like 8 on hand. This is weaver. This is my second weaver actually, right? I think fabrics, although I will deplete my fur pretty quickly. But actually this city, having the city in my control is good because I have option to get wool online, which will help. Let's keep it at 5. But after that, let's get some rugs and... Hold on, I need to slow down here. I don't think I need rugs and carpets. So my dwellings, I have a lot of dwellings, and a lot of dwelling supplies use rugs and carpets and the decorative pots, but I think they are not mutually exclusive. I need to take a look. So these dwellings here. So yeah, it's going to be either furniture or rugs and carpets. Okay, so the rugs and carpets are good. And candles, decorative paintings. Oh, it's decorative paintings. It's not. I think I can switch this with decorative vases instead of baskets if I chose to. But the basket gives me 0.1 city production. Fair enough. We'll leave it like this. And you can use fabric. Yeah, it's fine. They will get plugged in into the dwellings. Okay, so I do have a decent supply of syrups now. I can continue making more. And since I am doing that, so you can make festivals here and you can use that. I will need to like do this offline at some point. But right now I'm just going to leave it like that. Stuff is kind of all over the place right now. And the tribe has joined New Zanjan. That's good. And you picked up 2 syrup, 2 precious stones, and 2 leather. Come down here and grab that. I want to reform you. I do want to upgrade you. Actually, no. Let's not do that just now. Let's wait for the war to end before we do that. The city has a claim. I wanted to get this, the sheep and the stuff, but capturing that city has kind of given us a unintended bonus. So I think I'm going to pick up this tile here and we'll improve those things. You have a shortfall in food. That's fine. You have an expert. More security, more culture is not bad at all. But I think I want the production. I do have the ability to... Actually, we can take a region claim as well as a thing here. I think the 5%, 5 health in all cities is just good. I think I'm going to pick it. I'm 1 turn away from the Stonehenge. And can I start building a wonder here? I can, and I can build an emerald dog. I think I will. And in fact, the settler is kind of useless right now because I don't have I'm at my city cap, so I think I'll get the Nimrod Dark first. In the grand scheme of things, this is pretty insane. The amount of wonders that I've got at this difficulty level. I think your experience with individual games is going to swing wildly just purely based on RNG. And it's just amazing to see how, like the same game, right, where we started, where we are, if there are 2 AI Civs south of us, maybe one guy, maybe not north of us, but maybe like imagine if there's one guy here and one Civ here, and this entire game goes in a completely different direction because we'll be at war like at turn 50, 60 maybe, and things just kind of play so differently. When you have the luxury to sim, any game, even at higher difficulties, does play so much easier. All right. Stonehenge. Now what? Okay, a dock in this style. And we will now switch focus to a navy at some point. I think I'm going to build a bigger military. I still have I can field 8 more formations. And very soon I'll have the ability to field 4 unit formations. So I can probably get more. I need 1 or 2 cities now to just crank out units ad nauseum. Okay, you need to heal there and then we'll take out the lion. You have a claim again. 4 zones, 2 zones. That opens up a door for a future wonder, and actually it's a good tile. 3 food, 3 timber. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. Leave room open for a future wonder there. We are at the number 2 spot. Although we are the only one in the Iron Age, everybody else is in the Antiquities. Tech-wise, we are not in the greatest of shapes. But hospitality is here. We are going to jump to navigation. Enemy detected. 117. He's only 42 strength. I think we can indirect fire him. Weaken him a little bit. I think we'll end up pillaging things, but that's fine. 8 more turns to go. Lorestan has a claim. I think pick up all the stuff which has resources on it now. And carriages. So what is my carriage supply and consumption? 0.5, 0.4. Happiness in all cities. honoring their memory. So trade security for happiness, or trade happiness for force strength, or trade force strength for security. Now I don't, it doesn't tell me which city this is going to be affected in. Is it all cities or just one? I don't know. But I think I'll take this. I'm not going to be deploying anything immediately anyways. I can wait 20 turns. I think it was only in Lorestan, so it's fine. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. He is sending stuff behind it, which is a little disturbing, but I do have a military. There is definitely going to be a war of retaliation, I'm sure. I don't think 7 turns are enough for him to kill my, even if he sends his 53. Yeah, I don't think so. I think we are fine. The war's going to be over. I should get some more melee. I need a mix. I need a mix of things. The immortals are a replacement for swordsmen. I think I'm going to get a few spearmen here. Get 2 spearmen, maybe get 2 more immortals, and yeah, let's see. Now, who is my highest security city? I think Zahedan is still tops. So let's deploy a default here with an immortal, a horseman, and a war chariot. Yeah, we will have to put him on the front line somewhere. I don't know where his other force went, but he stepped away. Oh, it's in the water. Oh, it would have helped to have a boat. What is this? This is a single... Oh, it's a battalion with what? What kind of battalion is it? I do have the ability to put down like 11 boats, which is kind of sick. But yeah, that's what the dock... Oh, I finished the dock. Sweet. Okay, in that case, let's build a boat. Let's get a trireme. We will deploy him, or deploy the trireme immediately. In fact, why not? Let's deploy... Let's just get 4 triremes. I think heal up first.
You have entered a golden age.
Okay, we are in a golden age. And we will finish Nemrod Dog in the golden age. Sweet. Let's clear that. Navigation, we are in the Antiquities. We have an act goal for the library of Xerxes. For that we need books. To build books, we need a library. And to make books faster, having paper is useful but not like a must-have. I can always use gold. So I think I will try and go for scholarship. Although engineering wouldn't be bad either. Maybe scholarship first and then engineering. And then we will see what else we need. Monument building is also important for the happiness and culture. Probably in the capital, but I'm not locked into building this only in the exclusively in the capital. I can go somewhere else with this one. Question is, what do I want first? I think I want scholarship first. Shush can grow. I don't know when this city is going to be growing, but I don't know. I wanted to grow out to the dice at some point, but let's grow here. Maybe Shush is the city that ends up growing to the dice sooner rather than the other city here. And yeah, definitely use carriages. And now since I'm using carriages there, I want to make sure that I can speed up my carriages with something else. 2 ropes. Could have used timber here. I think I can use materials. I think my material count is fine. And Zahedan, yeah, barracks and blacksmith. Event, new garage, takes 2 iron. He'll give me 2 elephants. Yeah, totally. And new garage is gonna join, or the city is gonna explode in pop. Which means I should get a dwelling here now. And this dwelling needs to, yeah, the military can wait. I think I'm gonna finish the spearman and then work on the dwelling. And I'll probably end up deploying something with that spearman. Okay, grab that. Alright. Let's deploy. Sanandaj. Wait, what city? Oh, it's in the, that's the region name. So, Parsa, I think this region is called Sanandaj. That's where the dock is. Alright, let's deploy the boat. I think single vessel is fine. You should generally come down south. Yeah. These guys are getting in there at the right time because he is, although it's only 2 turns, I think I'll be fine. Yeah, the war's gonna be over. I think that's fine. That's where the tribe was. Yeah, let's go to it. And now at this point, pretty much use whatever I have that I have the most of. Yeah, use that. In this case, I think using feasts is perfectly fine. Select project. I think let's get a farm. Any stone pit there. What are my workshops up to right now? Why am I not making any metal tools? I am. And I'm probably consuming, okay, I'm probably like slotting them in different spots right now. So my bakery can make baked goods or biscuits. One gives me city food and one gives me, I think biscuits will give me, I think I can plug biscuits into my trading posts. Either my trading posts or my festivals, I forget which one. New Avaz. I went off camera here and changed a few things. Just made sure that I'm actually making the things I need to make, and I plugged in the wheels here and metal tools and plows, and I probably will need to plug in candles somewhere. But I think the more I'm looking at my supply chain here, I think I need more workshops. So I need to prioritize that higher. One of the things that I'm noticing is after looking through the supply chain for things that I'm making is I will run short of grain production. So prioritizing one workshop somewhere or maybe even 2 and grain production is going to be paramount. So Lorestan here is 3 turns away from the Nemrod Dog, which I think I'm going to buy because I have the gold. And right after that, we are going to definitely plug in the farm. I would love to, but by this point in the game, I would have loved to have an oversupply or love to have had an oversupply of metal tools so I could have plugged in irrigated farms, but this is fine. I will have to mass upgrade all these farms at some later point. We have a second boat coming up. We will have our barracks coming up soon, and we are building a military. Yeah, this is good. The war's going to be over next turn, and I think I need to probably pay more attention in this area. I don't have the city cap yet, but I think my next city will probably need to be somewhere between this Incan city or this ex-Incan city and New Zanjan. Somewhere in this vicinity here so that I can basically keep a continuous land bridge. Alright. Cool. The war is not technically over, I think. Let's see. Right, so Nemrod Dog is done. So next turn, this city cap is going to go from 7 to 8. And Lorestan is 6 turns away from a settler, which I can buy, but it's just too much gold. Maybe wait a few turns and then I can buy this. That settler is going to settle something in this vicinity here. War inconclusive. We managed to kill one of his forces and assimilated one city. Let's see how that changed our prestige standings here. So our military score is definitely nice and high. It says that I have 625. Okay, so one of the wonders I built is probably a military triumph, technically speaking. I captured one city, that's 500, and I have a decent standing army, that's 256. This number will go up because we'll be putting down more militaries. Build improvements, yeah, these will need to be... I think this is fine. We haven't won any wars yet, we haven't lost any wars yet, we haven't declared any wars yet, and neither do we have any formal alliances. But I think it's time to focus on commerce, religion, science... pretty much the things that, in fact, pretty much everything else. I think except for government and the military score that's giving us the prestige, nothing else is high. So if you look at our standings, second spot is good. We are maybe like 500 odd points shy of whoever the leader is. And considering that Act 1 hasn't ended yet and we are already in second place, means that we are having a great game here. Let's take a look. Yeah. I think these prestige jumps that we see are purely due to the wonders and the one city that we captured. But we got to keep this going. Let's see. City stats. Okay, this seems weird. I don't think I'll be looking at that specifically. Now, research. Yeah, we are actually creeping up in research, and in fact, but we are still quite behind some of these guys. I think Egypt has research is pretty good right now. Yeah, this gap has to close somewhere in the Act Two, middle of Act Two. I think we need to get this absolute research count closer to the leader, or maybe hopefully even surpass it to have a easy run for a win. Military strength. Surprisingly, our military strength is the weakest, and Inca looks like he is building up a military. So we got to be very watchful here. I think I'll be upgrading all my archers to bowmen ASAP pretty much. And population, yeah, our population is improving, but we are still behind. Regions, okay, so we are the widest empire right now. The absolute amount of land we control is the highest. Influence, yeah, middle of the pack here, that's fine. GDP is improving, but we are still in the bottom stack. So our absolute production is kick-ass right now. We are tops. I don't know if this is a function of difficulty, but or maybe just the Persian ability, I think, and along with the fact that we have plugged in baskets all over the place. Probably why this is so high. But yeah, but this essentially is our only edge right now that we have over our rivals, and we need to make sure that our production edge helps us get everything else in place. So we have another boat, which I am going to deploy. Everybody needs to heal up first. You are already healed up. Can I upgrade? Nothing to upgrade here. That's fine. Once these guys are healed, I'm gonna definitely upgrade them. Okay. Yeah, with the amount of stuff that's on the map, it's hard to kind of tell. Maybe I can turn the yields off. Okay, let's leave it like this for a bit and then see if it makes sighting things easy. Okay, he's all healed up, so we definitely should look at upgrading the bowman here. It costs 50 timber to upgrade and 60 materials. I think I need to put down a few more lumber mills immediately because I will need a lot of timber and my timber count is running low. I want to leave that spot open either for an armory or science building. So I think I'm going to put a lumber mill. Oh, I have a silk here that I've put a lumber mill on. Okay, I think the city is a specialist city anyways. So we'll put a logging camp there. In fact, I'll put 2 logging camps there. And we will demolish that after these 2 guys are up. But as far as the barracks are concerned, I'm going to buy the barracks. Because I want the barracks and the blacksmith coming out immediately. And we have our first boat. Can't travel the ocean tiles. It can only hug the coasts, which is fine. Let's see. Yep, you can travel 2 tiles each turn. Oh, he couldn't go to that tile. When you have movements that are more than one, I think there needs to be an easier way to communicate that to the player. Because, I mean, I lost a movement here because I tried to go to this tile and it went halfway there and stopped. Because the turn had ended and since the rollover had happened, the order was already executed. Somehow there needs to be some mechanism to use these movement points optimally. I don't mind putting a dock down here also, but this is an inland sea, isn't it? Even though the dock itself helps the city, I don't have to put it. I think having farms and growing the city is still far more important. So I think we should continue doing that. And I can put down an irrigated farm, but there's no resource. I think it's fine. Let's just put normal farms down. In fact, we'll put 2 of them there. And I will put a granary here and probably 2 more farms here and a water well. In fact, let's just place it down. The city is going to be a very good food production city overall. In fact, I guarantee that it's going to surpass Sparsa as in pure population. In fact, many of the other cities will too, I think. We have more reserves, so let's deploy, I think, a wedge. Let's deploy that. As far as my archers, no wait, let's upgrade this guy. And I don't have the freaking timber for it. Okay. So let's see, what does it cost me to buy the blacksmith? It's going to be a while. It's going to be at least a few turns before I can. And even then, I don't want to deplete all my gold. Yeah, let's deploy that too. Alright, we got 2 candles. Oh, I completely blanked on my culture here. I can purchase a claim. I don't need to right now. but yeah, that cost is pretty decent here. I think I can definitely take a trait. Activist picks chance, happiness in your capital, or 2 influence per turn for each active trade agreement. Think happiness in the capital. Okay, let's see. What is my happiness in Parsa? It's at 79. It will definitely increase production, which is always good. Can always put down more things here. But yeah, let's take the happiness. It's fine. Can put down the inn, but I think let's wait a bit before we are making any spends for timber. I think we are lagging in timber by quite a lot right now. Can't upgrade you, so I think just fortify. And the boat can make its way down. Boat number 2. I think one boat can go north. I am getting more boats behind here, so I think all of you can. Yeah, let's scout. Let's try to meet, like formally meet the other players. City tier increased. Sweet. Okay. Definitely grow out to the... Yeah, you don't have decent timber in the area anyway, so might as well grow out to the pig. I think the pig and the corn here is pretty good. I think that's a farming block because it's a pig and a corn and possibly 2 more farms, and that could probably be a decent place for another butcher shop and some other industries. Maybe I can put a workshop there and a butcher shop with the pig. I think that's fine. Let's do that. And we have an expert. There's only one spot to put the expert down, so that's fine. I think it'll be fun if we can make the experts, instead of being like city specific, if they are a pool of experts which you can assign anywhere, that'll actually be pretty decent. Because I know that like the Parsa or even like the Great Pyramids of Giza, you could slot in more experts. There is more room in other cities that have better spots for experts. When I get engineering, I will have the ability to put 4 unit formations down, so I think a bunch of reforms are quite possible. Yeah, a bunch of reforms are in the cards here. And you are all healed. Let's see. Any more? Okay. There are a bunch of animals to clear down here, so let's go ahead and get these taken care of. Right, scholarship is done. So Library of Xerxes needs timber, which, yeah, it might be delayed because I need timber for military right now. But I need to start working on books. I can go for Republic and spam more cities down. At least I think I'll get a chance to put down 2 more cities, which is good. Or I could go for engineering, lean into gears, and upgrade some of my guys into pikemen. I think that's far more attractive to me right now. Or go for monument building. Tough choices. I can pick only 2 and jump, but if I leave the Republic behind, I do not get the option to choose Republic in some other era. Everything else here, schools, I can build them later at universities. I might need more than just the 2 that I need to jump to the next era, I think. I think the era is going to switch before I'm done with like the next 2 techs, I think. But which are the most important ones here? I think as far as military is concerned, I think engineering is definitely the most important. I'm expecting a war of retaliation, even if the Inca are not strong. Even if we have a military force, I think the war of retaliation is coming our way. So let's go with engineering. So Parsa, let's see. You can build a library for sure. Oh crap, 100 timber. So let's see. If Parsa needs a logging camp, I think I'm forced to buy a zone or a tile. So if I'm planning for a library on this slot, I can put down more military things. And having military things in the capital is never a bad thing. Alternately, I can put an inn down here. Let's see. Barracks will raise the... In fact, with the barracks, I think I can raise the security to be very competitive, along with as competitive as New Zaidan. I think barracks is fine. And boat number 4. Let's see. Can I build a patrol? I can put 2 triremes in a formation here. But again, I don't have... Yeah, I have a capacity of 11, so it's really not that important. I can leave them single. Let's deploy. Hello. Is he really going to? Looks like it, doesn't it? Inca is going to settle into me, isn't he? Which really means I need to max out my force. So I can deploy. I have 2 more ranged units here. I think I can, right after this farm, get a melee. I think the strongest melee I can build a war elephant too. War elephants are strong. Okay, maybe I'll build some in some other city, but right now you need to let's get a swordsman. Between a swordsman and an immortal, the immortal is slightly expensive, but I think it is a stronger unit, but I'm very nervous about not being able to upgrade the immortals. So let's queue up a swordsman and let's get him right after because we will be deploying him immediately. We have a settler, and this settler needs to settle something. Let's see, let's pick a midway point. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of these tiles I think is fine. There's a nice whale right there. That's 4 zones. That's also 4 zones. Okay, I think that spot is perfectly okay. Alright, and we have an event with the Surge. You're 2 points away from joining me. 5 happiness hit for 5 turns. Sure. Now, yeah, I need more lumber camps, don't I? So I think I'm gonna buy the blacksmith here. And these 2 lumber camps, I need to replace this lumber camp with a silkworm with a farm, which means if I replace these 2, I think I want to put 2 more lumber camps. The city is not growing, which is kind of, I need to think about how I'm going to solve that problem. Really, the only way is I need to replace the baskets with a growth amenity. So you are my bowman wedge. Come down here. And New Zanjan has built stuff. Can you get a lumber camp? Not really. Okay, you have a hunting camp here. Now I can speed up the harvesting of this fur, and I think I will probably, I think I want to because I want more fur-based industries. So I'm going to put a butcher shop here and a stable, and I think I will get my, oh crap. Okay, that's fine. Crafter idol, blacksmith, I think use the iron. I think that's fine. 3.1 metal ingots is excellent. And we have a paragon. So let's take a look at what our paragons are up to. We have a foreign advisor with 3 available merchants who's being wasted right now because, let's see, will you take a trade agreement? No. But my chief advisor is fine. My domestic advisor plus 10 health and happiness in my capital is fine. So who do I have now? Artist, musician, prophet. A prophet as a cultural advisor wouldn't be bad. A musician is kind of useless. I think both these have value. Build production towards religion improvements and the build production towards culture improvements. I don't know which one is more important though. Let's pick the prophet. You will see. Let's slot you in as a cultural advisor. Because I mean, given the chance, I will build more altars and things. Let's scout along the shore here. See how much inland Inca actually controls. And you can come down there. Another paragon. A scientist as a 5 domestic advisor is something I would have picked, especially in the early game. But right now I'm at 56. It just pushes me to 60 or 61. It's almost 10%. And my current domestic advisor is giving me health and happiness in my capital, which I can forego. But what can Epicurus do if he's not doing this? Alternately, I can take Kylan as a military advisor, and he will construct military improvements 50% faster, which will help. I can put down more barracks and stuff. Or maybe I can start working on masterpieces now. Pick the prophet. Okay, let's slot in the military advisor first. Yeah, so we have a foreign advisor, chief advisor, domestic advisor, cultural and military already set. So pretty much every other paragon from this point on becomes a masterpiece worker. Yeah, that's the edge of the map. And I can take one more trait on my culture. 10 culture in cities where your religion is dominant. Am I hurting for culture though? I don't know if these values are... I'm generating 27 influence per turn, and I think if I pick this, I think it'll go up to like 30 something. The golden age point after conquering a city is probably not as important for me. That is good, but 1 production to improvements in regions with government improvements. Yeah, this is so situational. I think it helps pretty much anything that I'm doing in my city centers, but that's about it, and it's just 1 production. I think I'm going to pick shared identity here. And Parsa is ready for something else. I can't build any of the science buildings anyways, right? I already have a bunch of triremes. Really, I think I need to focus on timber. Is there anything I can build that does not need timber? Maybe a few more war chariots. Actually, yeah, let's plug in the war elephants. Let's keep them in the bank. We have the option for 2, so let's do that. Let's see if we can see a military strength. So we are ahead of Pachacuti, which is good because that's who we expect a war of retaliation from. Another boat. You can move your way in this way too. Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy this. Get my logging camps up. In fact, after these 2 logging camps, I'm gonna put 2 more logging camps here. I just can't risk it. In fact, this is the only city which has a regions where I can put down high yield logging camps. I don't see any other land where I can. Probably maybe something down here I could, but I think the city can totally take that job. 5 happiness in all cities for 5 turns, 5 religion spread for 5 turns, 20. Yeah, let's do it. I think let's see if we can turn her into a trade partner. I don't have the timber, so I can't really upgrade anyone anyways. But I think a 300 strength, unless he sends across his entire army stack, I don't think we'll be threatened here. The new city needs to use... I think I can do jewels in here. I did upgrade. I have the ability to produce jewels. Or maybe carriages is fine here. Yeah, let's do it. Carriages are good. Definitely dwelling and maybe something else. Let's see. You will grow pretty fast and then I can decide what to do. And we have met Charlemagne. He's neutral. Let's see. Can we ply him with some gifts? I have a lot of pots. So let's see. 12 pots plus 3 relationship. He's still neutral. Oh, so this is pretty expensive. Let's give him a single pot and see if he's amenable. Could give him a horse. Horse is 1.4. Okay, they both have the same value. Let's give him that and see. I don't want to trade anything else. It's not going to move the needle on the relationship unless something else is helping it. Neutral to friendly. Okay. Let's see. Can we manage? Can you give me open borders? I will be making my own cured meats here, so that's okay. And I'm depleting my syrup, so let's not use that. Maybe you can use fabrics. I think festivals are going to become my number 2 amenity in many of my cities, so let's leave it like that. Oh, damn you. But it's fine. This is not... I want to be in a position that if he declares a war of retaliation on me, I want to take the city out immediately. And who the hell is this? Roman. Wait. I see the boat, but I haven't met him yet. Okay, let's see. Should trigger the meat soon enough, I think. Now, let's see. When can I declare a war on him? I can't declare a war of expansion on Pachacuti. 7 turns. Right, and he's pretty mad. Okay. New Kilga. Pachacamac. Okay, so these lands are supposedly Incan lands. Which really means where the hell is his capital and how many cities does he have? Imperialist Islam. What's my religion view like here? Okay, my religion of fire is not dominant, but it's getting dominant. Maybe I might need to explicitly spread my religion here. Get fortify there. We'll see what our options are in 7 turns. And another wedge. I think come down here. Holy Roman Empire has accepted our gift. That's fine. And we have reserves. Okay, so she is definitely accepting. Okay. So Egypt, among other things, let's take a trade agreement first. I think she will accept, which should maximize the RUs of Calais, really. And after that, we'll try and see if we can get a research agreement with her. And Lorestan, So at 7 pop, which is like the when you go to 8 pop, you do get another expert, I think. But at 7 pop, the 6 to 7 jump doesn't really give you another claim, or it feels like it needs a something, either an expert or a claim. Definitely feels that it slows things down just a tad bit. This is butcher shop number 2. I don't have any fish, so yeah, definitely do that. I will have that stuff then. Yeah, I can leave it infinite, it's fine. Let's take a look at my other butcher shop. My first butcher shop, I think you should do it that infinite too. Both butcher shops are making cured meats, and that's good. I'm making the stable. Let's put down the workshop first. Stable is important, but I think the workshop is maybe slightly more important. And New City has a claim. I think I can go grain heavy, or I can try and grow out this way to grab the whale. I think let's choose the grain for now. Pretty much everything that we see here, except for these farms here, was already put by the AI. Yeah, friggin' how many dwellings did you build? What made you build so many dwellings? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 dwellings. None in the city center. Yeah, I'm not impressed, AI. I think you could have done this better. But since you're screaming for a shortfall in food, I think let's just put farms down. It will help the yields of everything anyways. You can't cross over this channel. Okay, you can just stay there and fortify. Bachakuti in 5 turns. Right, engineering is done. I think monument building, because I want to definitely build the monument. He declined. Okay, so she is friendly, but not that friendly. But she wants an alliance. I don't mind that. Problem with an alliance with... actually, let's take it. I mean, we are having a fun game. I think even if things don't go exactly to plan or things don't go well, I think we'll still be okay. I don't know where her land is though, which is hard to tell because I thought this was going to be Egypt, but it is actually the Holy Roman Empire. So it's quite possible that the Inca has been squeezed and Egypt is probably in the south, right there. Shush is... Oh, Shush is at 7 pop. So the event from 6 pop to 7 pop, when it tells you, yeah, their tier increased, but it doesn't really... You don't get a land claim nor an expert just at that jump. It definitely threw me off a couple of times. Of gods and soldiers, he is crafting shrines to house the extreme stone warriors who came to his aid. He desires tools that will ensure the craftsmanship is unparalleled and looks to you for what you can provide. 1 bonus food from all farms and their upgrades for 20 turns. I give him 5 lithic tools. Don't mind that. I do have the lithic tools to spare. It doesn't cost me anything actually, if you think about it. Let's do it. I do have a region claim which I think Parsa is going to probably need. And Parsa is 18 turns to grow. I think I can force that by putting a farm down. Or maybe if I can try and upgrade this guy, that's fine too. Loristan, I'm getting more grains, so definitely more farms is... Okay. Okay, I think I'll buy this now. I can't create a patrol out of these guys, but it's fine. Just stay fortified in the spot. Event. New Luxor. 1 metal ingot, 1 force strength. Oh, totally. Can this guy cross over? Yes, he can. I can traverse the shallow waters. Right, this is our workshop number 4, and workshop number 4 needs to make gears and use... Yeah, definitely. And let's keep a high number, and after this is done, actually let's do this way. Let's get 1 anvil, and this 1 anvil is going to be, get 1 anvil, use it in our blacksmith, keep 1 anvil on hand, and then continue building gears. And I should probably get 1 more workshop somewhere. You don't have a workshop in this area here. But I don't want to put a workshop in this city because if there is war, then stuff around here is most likely to be pillaged. So maybe another workshop. Yeah, right after this table. I can put down one more workshop. Right there. How many turns before I can declare any? Oh, I can now. War of Annihilation is sort of pointless. Costs me a lot of prestige and it only gives me... If I would declare a skirmish on him and just take the city out. Question is, if I bribe an ally to go to war, does that count just like a joint war? Oh wait, they are close? What does that mean? Okay, so their relationship is probably hard to... You can't just bribe anyone. I think... what's my prestige looking like right now? I haven't done any... Yeah, so the gap is increasing because we really in the past, like, since the war ended, we haven't really done anything significant as far as wonders is concerned, as far as war is concerned. She's bribing us to go to war with... Oh, of course. I mean, this is a bonus. Can I build a wonder on this tile? I'm sucking for timber. Hanging gardens, yeah. I'm gonna leave that spot open for that, but right now I think I need farms. I'm lacking a projectile here, which is okay. I'll just deploy an immortal behind it. It's fine. And I can't make any grain storage. Oh, I forgot about this. I blanked on this completely. My granary, I can't. I think I need milling for the ability to make grain storage. All right. After we take the city, we will move things back into the city here. We have a bunch of boats that can bombard too. Yeah, things are good. And the new city can... Okay, definitely take this. This is not bad either because I can get llamas. Yeah, it's fine. I think the dyes are better. And after this dwelling, you will get more farms. I think catapult. In fact, let's queue up 4 catapults. Yeah, you can build a pikeman. At the end of the act transition, I probably will need to spend some time and look over my military formations and probably reform some and see if I can do things better. Religious spurs, health in all cities, happiness in all cities, or research agreements provide 3. I'm going to flip a coin here between these two. I think I'm going to pick health. Alright. When taking down tigers, no matter which unit you're using to take it down as, after the first hit, heal up. Heal up and then deal with it when it's at 2 hunts. Alright, monument building is done. I don't think I have enough timber yet, so we'll buy that. I'm tempted to just paint this entire block with logging camps. I will be removing one from here, so I am at 29. I think, yeah, I'll do that. Right, I can jump to bureaucracy, which will give me the option for empire, which leaves republic behind. If I leave republic behind, I lose the ability to make city temple completely. I think I want the ability to make city temples because they are a decent source of city knowledge and culture. Everything is... I think coinage is the only thing I'm tempted to leave behind for sure. But really, like, temples can construct scrolls, or even schools can do it actually. Yeah, scrolls are not as important, I think. I think I want philosophy and I think I want milling. Which one do I want first? That's the question. I think I want philosophy first. Because one of the things that the lack of timber has done to me is I have not been able to put down my schools that I wanted to. So because I can't put down my school, or library rather, which needs 100 timber, I'm not been able to make books, which is pretty much the limiter for making the library of Celsius. Everything requires timber to some degree or the other, right? So it's fine. Let's put a farm down. Right, new unit. You can come down. In fact, go down to this tile. Alright, we captured it. I think I will assimilate it. It does hurt my, because I've exceeded my city cap, it definitely hurts my city stats. But I will have philosophy soon. Maybe take a claim here and grow something in Parsa where I can put down more logging camps. I think that's a worthwhile expense. Yep. Is there a 4? Oh, there is a 4. I think that one. That one has gold and 1 extra, but it has only 3, which is not bad. But I think 4 is fine. Like, if I wanted to, I could put down lumber mills on all of these. And I think next turn I will start on some of the lumber mills. And you also have a claim, I think, grow out to... Yeah, that tile is fine. And you have an amenity. I want to use cured meats for crafting things. Code of laws is a decent option. Baskets are always a decent option. I think code of laws, maybe. Let's see. I need to raise the knowledge of my cities, but actually festivals would also be okay. Yeah, let's pick festivals. And I think I'm going to switch out of feasts here and plug in jewels. Let's keep it like that. So Lorestan, how about you make the monument? Well, yours happiness and culture. Culture is fine, but happiness is pretty sad here in the city. So maybe you should build that. And along with it, I think maybe give up a water well here. I don't have the timber for that. Yeah, that's fine. Work on a dwelling. And I think carriage is fine. Yeah, next turn I'll have my second stable up. So my carriage production is going to multiply. I think the next set of units I deploy are going to be 4 formation ones. None of you took any damage. Nice. I think let's pick the grapes here or the sheep and put down farms. Anything better? Is there any 5-zone region? That's a good 5-zone region. I'm more likely to put down wonders from this point on. Yeah, let's take this one. I think festivals are fine. So Parsa here, I think definitely I'm going to plug in 2 logging camps here. And these logging camps come out immediately. More carriages. I have the horse. Yeah, let's use the timber. I'll leave it infinite. Okay. So you can... Let's grab that. And this city is on a growth trajectory right now. I think city walls first. And then we will put down a farm. Maybe not a farm. Maybe a... I don't know. Let's see. We'll wait. We'll get the city walls up first. Alright, Act 1 ends in 6 turns. Who has advanced? Okay, so anyways, the number 4 player has advanced, but funny enough, the number 6 player who's on the bubble to get knocked out is also in the early Middle Ages. Funny enough, we had the choice to... I don't think we would have made it to the early Middle Ages by now, but yeah, if he left philosophy behind, which we chose not to, we would have probably been close to being... But no, I think the tech is more important at this point than being in the next era. Let's continue growing. Why am I not making trade goods fast enough? I think I gotta revisit this. I'll do that at the act transition. I need to probably spend maybe like a few minutes, if not more, just going over things. I think you should use baskets. Event, you want a spearman? Oh, I could have... 5 turns. Right, I think it dies first. Let's irrigated farm is okay. I need to upgrade all my farms into irrigated farms. And I have a crap ton of farms anyways. Okay. You're coming in from the south. 153 to 51. Yeah, okay. Let's see what he does. Oh, good God. Our boat's on the wrong side. Our boat should have been somewhere in the south, which we don't have the ability to plug down. Can't start a wonder here. Or maybe just get one more farm. It's fine. Who pillaged what? My gathering hall was pillaged. Okay, what the hell is going on? Who is... Oh, poor guy. He was trying to sneak a settler through. Yeah, that settler's dead. Alright. More llamas? Sure. And second amenity after the carriages, I think baskets is fine. I think I want you to work on and get some candles in place. And yeah, use the food oil and the spice. I'll have each of these things in good order, but for now this is fine. Let's get the new city connected. City walls are important, but probably not hugely important just yet. Let's put a couple of tanneries down. So tanneries stack with other tanneries, so I would love to have like a 3 or a 4 block region to plug them, so I think this is probably not the best spot for it. I think docks are okay. Yeah, it's fine. And we met Ghana. Yeah, Asanteva. Alright, Act 1 is gonna end. I think salt. And we can plug that too. What's our military strength right now? Yeah, climbing, but like Ghana is like more than twice us right now. Yeah, Pachakudi is pretty much pretty weak right now.
It is Act 2.
Alright. One nation was lost to time. Now for finishing in tier 2, you have gained +2 city cap. So that's great. I think Charlemagne's city cap has gone up by 3, I believe. And everybody else gets a city cap of 1. So yeah, so we will be spamming a few more cities and expanding for sure. But our immediate target for Act 2 is going to be Charlemagne. Now I don't know how Act 2 plays out. I think we still have a bunch of simming to do, a bunch of sim play to do. We'll definitely be putting down some wonders. Definitely will be planning for them. But I really need to go back to the basics and take stock of where things are. But yeah, but this is one of the strongest games. And really, the main reason why this game ended up being as strong as it did is because we had a more than ample amount of land around us to expand into, and our nearest neighbor wasn't really close at all, and we had a good amount of turns where we could sim along and just take our time with things. That helps so much. We were not forced into or rushed into any decision that would have ended up hurting us in the early game. And that pretty much was how the game played and why things are as easy as they were. But even then, I mean, this is Grand Duke difficulty. We do have one player who is well above us in prestige. And I think a large chunk of Act 2 will be spent catching up to that prestige level. If I can end Act 2 at roughly the same level, I think this is definitely winnable, and I think we are going to be in a very strong spot. If for whatever reason, if we end Act 2 with a high prestige difference between us and the next player, and we are at the top, I think Act 3 will just be a pushover at that point. But this, I don't see any immediate challenges. I think the main challenges are going to be just resource management and making sure that our cities are growing. Our cities are growing at the best pace that they can, and our amenities are well slotted, and we are choosing better quality amenities rather than some of the lower quality ones We are crafting some higher tier things, and I think, yeah, that's pretty much going to be the game. So from turn to turn in Act 2, I just need to be careful and not lose out on some of the good choices that will be in front of me. I think I'm going to end up putting this entire Act 1. It might be a long video, but I'll end up putting it out as a single video because I'll definitely be playing this out through Act 2. And that will go out as its own video eventually. But yeah, that's for later. Thank you for watching and definitely tune into Act 2. If you have made it this far and have enjoyed this video, please leave a like, share with your friends, or consider subscribing. And if you're already subscribed, my heartfelt thanks to you. Thank you.